but also worldwide. And if you could comment on that.
Because one of the things that you're doing is looking at money. And money is just a physical representation of your energetic flow. So it's helping some of you to get in touch with that understanding of it, how it's created, how it's manipulated. And that money is really not your source of abundance. Your job is not your source of abundance. Your clients, none of that is your source. Your creative ability is your source of abundance. And no one can take that away from you, no matter whether the currency devaluates or not. And that's part of what you are learning and working on. As we see it, money will cease to exist as you continue shifting your energy and your vibration into the higher realms. It's not needed because you're just going to manifest. Now you can exchange goods and services, and it's not going to be in the traditional sense of you bartering. It'll be slightly different. But you can create things because you love to create, and it is a service that others will, they're not so interested in creating it. They want to use the energy to focus on other things, so you will exchange energy or goods. It will be different. And things will have a more even value to them as opposed to some of the heightened and inflated value to certain items. How you have two things that are nearly identical, but one has a brand label and another has a generic. The item's still the same, but you're placing different value on it. So the value of things will be a little more even keel. Now, as far as the system goes, there is the potential for spring to bring some changes. How you all start adjusting to your understanding of energy and money will determine how dramatic these changes are. The bottom doesn't have to fall out in order for you to make change. If you're resisting change and you're not paying attention, then you create a more dramatic situation for yourself. So it's not fully set, but the potential right now is there for you to have some more change in the spring. And spring is coming very, very soon.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to expound on what you mean by change. What is it that you're speaking of? The
more currency devaluations.
Okay, just devaluation.
More disclosure on the misappropriation of funds.
Okay.
You find more fraud, more lies coming to light. But the big thing is the devaluation. Now, how much that impacts you will be dependent on how many of you disengage from your attachment to money or, your paycheck or your job being your source of abundance. A lot of people are losing their jobs right now, and that is really about people getting in alignment with their joy.
Right.
They are miserable in their jobs, and they are just doing it to earn a paycheck. And that is a big part of the change that's coming, that you're doing things that you love to do because it is of service. And you've got a lot of people who have multiple jobs. This is another thing that makes people really uncomfortable because they think, they're so conditioned to having one single job and one paycheck. Now they've got 4 different irons in the fire, so to speak, and they think, I don't have a singular job. But this is happening to prepare you so that you can shift focus back and forth. One will heat up, and you'll work with that for a while, and then that'll start to calm down, and something else will draw your attention, and they'll go and play in that arena for a while, and then that'll start to level off, and that'll continue going, and then you go on to a third thing. What this does, one, is help you to diffuse your dependence on a single job or the identity of a job as who you are. All right? It is only a small part of who you are. That's one thing that it does. And the other part is that it allows you to shift focus back and forth between things, which is what you do in the higher realms. You see multiple potentials all at once. You're able to shift your focus back and forth very easily, and this is allowing you to practice that skill while you're still in the physical realm.
It sounds very, very good, actually. Sounds very good.
It's very positive, but it's very uncomfortable for people who've lost their job because they're panicked.
Sure.
They're not understanding that they are generating that possibility. You can create a job that's never existed before if you allow your creativity to flow. But oftentimes you get stuck in that old rut and think, all right, I've got to go through the interview process. The economy's not good, so how am I going to generate a job? Well, yes, if you're pulsing that out, that's what you're going to get back.
Right.
Remember, it's all based on your vibration.
Right. Right, exactly. Mrs. P, unfortunately, we're at that, every time we get to this point, I think, I had like 72 more questions, and obviously topics I wanted to have you discuss with us tonight, and unfortunately we're out of time, at least in the linear sense, and we thank you for being here, and I would like to ask you at this point if there's some other closing thought or information that you'd like to share before we have to let you go.
Well, all of you can connect with us. You don't need anyone else to channel for you. All you have to do is ask for assistance from us. Get yourself heart-centered. Set your intent. What is it that you want to know about? Remember, you've got to ask. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, so to speak. And then listen. Trust what you get. If you've got any doubt, ask for confirmation. Your guides are happy to give you confirmation. We're happy to give it to you, and it can come in lots of different forms. It can be repeated patterns and numbers. You can read something in a book after we've given you the information, or you can overhear a conversation or tune into a radio program where they're talking about it. So trust what you're getting, and it gets easier each time you get that confirmation to trust what you're hearing. So until then, we'll be watching and waiting and sending many, many well wishes, dear. It's been a true pleasure and an honor.
Thank you, Mrs. P. It's our pleasure and honor. We thank you so much. For the rest of you, please do not go away. We have a bit more right after this commercial break. Thank you, Mrs. P. Bye-bye. 58 years, Fate has provided true reports of this. Fate brings you the latest on all the aspects of paranormal, like angels and miracles, psychic phenomena, ghosts, UFOs, and much, much more. To receive your complimentary Fate magazine, call now, 1-800-728-2730. Again, that's 1-800-728-2730. Or visit their website, www.fatemag.com. What are you waiting for? Your fate awaits. Hi, this is Rebecca Jernigan. I invite you to check out my colleagues at Certified Psychics. I have been working with them since the early 90s, and they provide such great services and great psychics from all types of modalities: tarot, astrology, clairvoyance, mediumship, and more. You know, they're there when you need to talk to someone right away, or you can make an appointment with your favorite psychic for a phone or live chat reading. You know, they also provide email readings too. So go ahead, call now, 1-800-717-7887, or log on to CertifiedPsychics.com. It's truly a great experience.
Check out Rebecca's website for the latest Journeys news and more. Log on to www.journeyswithrebecca.com.
All right, everyone. Well, it always goes so fast. I want to thank you all for being here. And obviously, a huge thanks to the guests, both of them, Wendy Kennedy and the Ninth Dimensional Pleiadian Collective, a.k.a. Mrs. P. Remember, you can find some more information at their website, which is higherfrequencies.net. Or you can get to that link right from the front page of my website. I've also included it in my newsletter. Thanks to the sponsors of the show, CertifiedPsychics.com, FateMag.com, and TheVintageGypsyBoutique.com. Be sure to click on the banners and links found throughout the Journeys with Rebecca website. It shows your support for our sponsors and our affiliates. And remember, if you can help support the show, please use the donation buttons found throughout the website. And remember, for your donations of $10 to $150 or more, you can receive your own unique orgone generator. Now, Saturday's guest is going to be Stuart Swerdlow. And for those of you who are as disappointed as I was, he will be back on this Saturday, so we're going to have him on to talk about his latest trip to Antarctica, connecting the dots, and the latest in Illuminati news. So be sure to check out the website for all the guests lined up for this month, or subscribe to the free and confidential newsletter right from the front page of journeyswithrebecca.com. I thank you to all the support for the affiliates, and I will see you back here on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. You are the best audience ever, and I thank you for your support and tuning into the show. So, until we meet again, where will your life's journey lead you?